Yo, what's up, PikaKitten8 here, and today I'm going to be talking about my new outro, 2023 edition. Now, for the longest time, I've been using that same outro, the exact same outro. I mean, there's been one change, which some of you may or may not remember, but the original version of my outro, which was the original Pika tank version. Well, I explained it in a previous video like a long time ago that the reason I replaced it was because as it was zooming into Pika's eye, it was like, I think the way I did it was that I took a screenshot and the lighting just, it didn't like fade out like it should have. It went like just immediately. But if I can find the video, I'll put it up in the description. Keep in mind the fact that I've used that same outro, if we consider both outros the exact same, because literally all the version 2 was just a slight fix. But I've been using that outro since 2017. So yeah, the actual animation of the outro was the exact same. The music was different, but the animation was the same. Yeah, sure, you could argue it's the same outro, but I've completely redone it from scratch. I also have a new outro theme as well. Yes, another new outro theme. Like for the longest time I've been using No Chill from Mega Man Perfect Blue by RTL, however the fuck you pronounce his name, her name. Their name, let's just say their name. And I recently found another song which was relatively similar, also, well, partially made by that same person, and I also like this song as well, so I'm going to start using that as my outro. As well as the fact that I have a completely new animation. It's redone completely from scratch as well. Even though the assets are the same, it's actually done from scratch, not just reiterated from a previous outro like the original version 2. Now I'll just show a screenshot of it right here. You'll see the outro when the actual video ends. I won't just play it in the middle. But as you can see from this screenshot here, what was originally just a tail asset, which was just a tail, I decided, it's ambiguous enough to be hair. Consider the fact that this is what my hair looks like when I put it in, I think these are pigtails. Consider that. Now consider this. Now what I've essentially done here is that I've used the tail asset as regular hair since it's ambiguous enough. And she's floating in. And I also used the wing assets from my current Pika art, which is in all my thumbnails, because for the longest time she never had any wings, which she does have wings. Now the thing is with the regular outro is that for some fucking reason, I decided it was a good idea to make her essentially come in off the screen and then just like jankily move on, and I didn't really like that, but I used it anyway. And especially the outro, like the very end when it was fading out, it was supposed to be that she breaks out of the glass and comes for you, like a horror thing, but it just looked like, well, this. It looked awful is what I'm saying. But what I've done instead of her jankily coming out just like a fucking PMG, just like, is I've instead decided to make it more thematically accurate. She opens her eyes and then she's like, and then smiles, and then the entire tank fills with blood, because the idea behind her character is that she's a demon. So she's like, you can't see her crying blood, but the idea is that blood is filling the tank. And instead of her just bursting out of the tank, she instead glitches out of the tank, which is actually a character trait in Pika, of course. Yeah, she's a weird OC. I made her just because, why the fuck not? She literally has the ability to glitch, like physically glitch. Basically, she glitches existence like a bad video game, which is funny because it's accurate to me being able to fucking glitch any game somehow. And I personally prefer this to the other one because it's more thematic and also it looks better. Now, you might be realizing that the rest of the outro looks similar. You might be thinking, did you use some of the other outro? And no, literally none of the original outro was used. I remade it. I didn't use the original as a base. I mean, technically I did at some point. I like overlaid it on, you know, like time. How much do you float up? How much do you float down? That was all I used it for. And then I completely removed it from the project. Now, another reason that I remade this outro is because I wanted to bring it up to my more modern standards of editing. Like, the original one wasn't, like, poorly edited, it just could have been better. Like, the motion tweening and everything. I liked the motion tweening. That's probably the best part of that entire outro, the motion tweening. But the only part of it that I didn't like was how Pika was just an image. No, like, special animation, no special transition. I mean, the one part that I still love is when it transitions and it flies into her like demon eye. I still love that part. That is definitely something that I've replicated in this outro. I 100% replicated that. So anyway, I'll just end this video here. You can actually see the new outro and even the new outro theme as well. I'm not using No Chill anymore. I'm using a song called, I believe it's called ESSO feat RR It'll be linked in the description. You can see it in the description. It's very easy to find. Just click read more. It's in the description. It's always in the description. You don't need to fucking ask me where the link to the song is. Just look in the fucking description. If you don't see it, click read more. If you don't see it, read more. Get off fucking PC. Stop using a fucking phone. So anyway, I've been your host, Pika Kinene. It's been Pika Kinene Chat, and you've all been fantastic. So until the next video, I say bye bye.